Hey, thanks so much for watching this video in virtual reality. If this is your first time watching it and you're on your mobile device, you can actually swing your phone left and right and you're going to be able to see the entire perspective. So this is such a cool video and such a cool way to watch. So glad that you're getting to interact with it. But let me just tell you a little bit about the training that you're going to see here. I'm actually going to be training Berkeley, the dog that you see here, on how to stay. I'm going to give him 3 pieces of knowledge that are really going to help him begin to form his belief about when he should and when he shouldn't stay. I'm also going to be answering questions from his owners as I'm going through this. Hey, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. Leave them in the comments section below. Well, hey, thanks again for watching this video, and I'll talk to you later. So what I'm going to do for him is I'm going to put this down right here. We're going to train him. We're going to train him to stay right here, okay? You can go anywhere that you want, okay, but we can start there today. So what are the 3 pieces of knowledge I have to give him? What happens when you get onto the bed? What happens when you lie down? And what happens when you come off? Okay, so just watch him and watch me, okay? So what language am I using to communicate here? Scent and motion, okay? And there, he just met the standard. And I was going to offer him a reward, but he didn't like it. That's okay. He comes off, and we're going to do it again. So those are some nerves.
Yeah, he doesn't like the feel of it, right?
Well, there's something about it, but whose problem is that?
It's his.
It's his. It's his problem. It's his problem, okay? I can put him on there with the leash. I can make him do everything that I want. I can make him do everything that I want, okay? But it's not about making the dog do the thing that I want him to do. It's about teaching him the differences of his choices. How many words have I said to the dog?
None.
Okay? If this is me training by myself, I wouldn't even be talking right now. But if I want to associate my voice, there's some timing. Good boy. And I don't talk unless he's actively, good boy, good dog, eating. That's how I can make my voice very powerful. Good dog, good boy. So I'm just showing him what happens when you get on. And I'm also showing him my nature. Good dog, that I'm very calm, that I'm in control of myself. Good dog, and that my hands are for good. Boy, buddy. Good dog. Okay? Good dog. So that should be a pretty nice moment in his life. He was like, okay, wow, that's pretty neat. So now I'm going to communicate to him to lie down. Good boy. Very good. Good boy. Good dog. Notice when my voice stops. Good boy. What's his name?
Berkeley.
Berkeley, okay, just want to make sure. So now, good boy, Berkeley. Good boy, Berkeley. That's how you make an association to a name. Good boy, Berkeley. Good dog. So do you see the red, green, blue, and the ABCs? And we're working which skill? This is the skill of staying. Good boy, Berkeley. Good dog. Good boy. Okay. I do have to give him another piece of information. I got to show him what happens when he comes off of the bed as well. Good boy. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and give that piece of information. Okay, so good. So there he comes. Good boy. Do you understand what I did there? So the A was the food. The B was stepping off. The C was the leash got tight and you don't get the food. Frustration and maybe mildly
uncomfortable. But now, good boy, he's understanding this boundary, and I'm differentiating between the three things, the three pieces of knowledge. What happens when you stay down? What happens when you get on when I ask you to get on? And what happens when you come off? And it has nothing to do with voice commands. You know, a lot of people try to put voice commands to it, and that's fine. I can teach you. I don't do it, but I can teach you how to say stay to your dog. But I just show the dog the differences of their decisions, their choices, and say which of these do you want to happen. Right. And I don't make it dependent on my words. Good boy, buddy. Okay, what are you guys learning and watching me work with him? Good boy.
You don't need to talk that much.
Yeah, it's actually, you actually make your voice more powerful by talking less. When's the best time to talk?
When you're giving him food.
Okay, and let me add to your knowledge. When you're giving him food and you're petting him.
I mean, it's positive reinforcement, right? It's a good thing when you.
Well, we've got all four quadrants of operant conditioning. We have positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, we've had positive punishment, and we've had negative punishment. So what is the positive reinforcement? It is the addition of the food and the petting and the praise. What is the negative reinforcement? The leash going slack. The leash going slack, it is a negative. The leashes go slack, it is turned off, it is removed from the system. What's the positive punishment? The leash going tight. I added the pressure of the leash to tell the dog I didn't want you to do that. What is the negative punishment? Me not allowing the dog to get to the food. I have all four quadrants because this is how our brains work under under psychological terms. All of that, though, is, you know, it's realistic. Everybody deals with pressure. Every dog deals with pressure, but every dog deals with frustration and reward and pleasure. But the thing that I'm going to show you is this particular thing is going to generate another emotion that is actually more powerful than anything that I'm currently doing, and you only get this emotion through diligent practice. And that emotion is called hope. And hope is the single most powerful of all the learning emotions. A human can manufacture hope. A dog can only be taught hope. Like the human is the only creature that I know of that can actually imagine something good is going to happen when they've never experienced it. Where a dog has to have repetitions of good things happening intermittently to form the belief that it might actually happen. Now, it's very logical, but you know, as you break it down like that, and then you begin to design your exercises this way, then it gets easier and easier.
So, but with no verbal command to be.
Well, you add it.
Oh, yeah.
You do add it, but it's a translation. It's like if I came in here and I started speaking my Spanish, and I did that the whole time, I have to make translations at some point. But the voice commands, who are they important to? They're not that important to the dog.
But I guess my question was going to be, so he's over here, and I decide I want him on the bed.
Okay.
I've got to have a command for that, right? Or is he just
There is a command for that. But so the first command would be with a leash. The second command would be with your movement. And the final command before the dog did it would be with your voice. And then immediately after the dog hears your voice, he would actually be doing it. And then he would have an emotional moment, and the brain would say, go to your bed is significant because right after I heard it, I experienced pleasure.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
It did.
But if you lead with your voice, then when the dopamine goes back 1.5 seconds in time to grab all the neurons that were fired there, and you said the voice command 7 seconds ago, there's no memory of it. That's one of the weaknesses in the dog's memory, is that they can only remember the 1.5 seconds leading up to that event. So that's why if he's jumping on the counter and nothing happened, no emotional context comes within 1.5 seconds of him doing it, that's why giving him more freedom he can be responsible hurts you, because he gets away with it. And he learns where the gaps in your training are. Like right now, there's no gaps in my training. Do I actually want him to come off right now? You better believe I do. I want him to come off, especially when I'm prepared, because if he does, I get to show him what happens. Let's just say he comes off and he runs away. I'm still going to get you, and then I'm going to walk back real slow with the leash tight the entire time, and he's going to be like, well, that really wasn't worth it. I'm like, no, it's not. But if you stay then you get to be here together with us.